every furry who's ever been to a furry convention or fur meet is certainly likely to have many stories to share with you, and they're probably all happy ones. But chances are, many will also have stories that they're less keen on sharing. In the past, I've shared a few of my favourite furry memories with you, but today I thought I'd amuse you instead with a few of my more cringier stories. Hello, I'm Shadow Riku, and today myself and Theodore Rabbit are going to share with you a few of our embarrassing stories from furry conventions and fur meets. So this is the most recent story on the list, and it happened back right at the start of this year, 2020. Quite a few of you watching will likely know that I frequently attend London fur meets. If you don't know, they take place in a bar in London. They're really regular. So the bar is laid out as there's a big bar area where you can get food and chat with people. And then behind it is a secondary bar which is closed off and turned into a fursuit changing area. And only suitors and handlers are allowed in here, obviously. It's a really large space, which is great. And it can get busy with lots of people, changing, bags, suitcases, everything like that. Also, importantly to the story, it's also unstaffed. Can't blame them. I certainly wouldn't want to be sitting there all day. Ugh. So this story comes from the first meet, and it just happens to coincide with my birthday. The fur meet this year was just one day before my birthday, so as you can expect, I was in really high spirits. As per usual, on getting there, I met my friends and we headed to the fursuiting up area, and I proceeded to change. As I always do, I took all my stuff off and put it into the suitcase. Now, usually, I padlock my case. However, this time, with everything going around me and saying hi to everyone, because it's the first time of the year and everything, I completely forgot. So off I went to go and have some fun fursuiting, to return a few hours later. When I returned, I obviously got my stuff back out, dressed back up into people clothes, and yeah, just had a look around and make sure I'd got everything. I had my wallet, got that. iPhone, yep, got that. I gave that to a friend because, that's my most valuable item. I wasn't going to stick that in the case. But one thing is notably missing at this point. My smartwatch. And yeah, it's not the newest smartwatch, but it's still worth some money, It's an old Huawei W1 that I had for about 3 years, and, it looks a little scuffed up, but it's still a very good watch, and, it still looks like it's got some value to it. And, I normally just throw it in the suitcase, because it's quite robust. I put a little pocket in the suitcase, and it stays in there. It's never been a problem before. So I check for the suitcase, and check the side pockets, and the pouches, and the lining of the suitcase, and it's not there. It's gone. And that's a little worrying at this point. Maybe it slipped out and got buried out. That's happened before. So, I go and dig my entire case out. My fursuit is quite big and there's lots of parts, so it makes a lot of mess everywhere as well, and it's all quite chaotic and crazy. But no, I just can't find it anywhere. It's gone. So now I'm starting to just get a little bit worried. So I go and get Theo. He's obviously a little bit upset as well because he was going to get the watch as a gift from me when I upgraded in a couple of months' time, so he didn't want me to lose it either. We go through and check all the stuff again, and get some friends as well, and same result. Can't find it. I checked the pockets on my coat, my jeans, even went through Theo's bag, just in case, and a friend went through theirs, just to see if it was in there. No luck. While we were doing this, we had some other friends who went and did a scout round the changing space as well, just in case it fell out my bag, got kicked aside, or, even got put on a counter, but absolutely no luck there. It just vanished. Scary now. Okay, shit, so I'm starting to get just a little bit worried here. And considering I left it in an unlocked bag, which was a really stupid mistake to do at this point, there was a risk that it had been taken. I mean, granted, yes, it would be odd that they wouldn't take my wallet, but I guess the watch would be an easier and more discreet target. So we do one last check around, and at this point, we're pretty certain that it has been taken. So I go and speak to a member of the London Fur staff, and they swing into full action. Full credit to them, they were fantastic through all of this, even if I did end up looking like a bit of an idiot. They send a big telegram message out on the group chats to see if anyone has seen it. I fill in a report with them, give them some details, some explanations of what it is, and they come and have a dig through the fursuit lounge as well. Nothing turns up. Conveniently, there happens to be some CCTV in the suiting up area. Really grateful for this. So when they go and look at the CCTV in the bar, hopefully they might see who might have took it or something was up. No, nothing was found because there was a blind spot exactly where my suitcase was. Luck, right? So, accepting defeat at this point, I leave the report with them, pack my stuff up, and we get ready to leave. On a whim, I just very quickly asked my friend Ryuichi to just quickly check through my coat, just because for the 60th time, we might spot something we didn't before. The coat has more pockets than a raccoon could ever need. And, even though I've had it a few years, I still actually forget that I've got pockets where they are. Lo and behold, guess what Ryuichi finds inside the coat, tucked away in a fold between two pockets? A watch. Oh dear. Now, if you think my hair here is red, or my paw pads are red, oh, if you'd seen my face at this moment in time, it was even redder, if that's somehow scientifically possible. If a hole had opened up on the floor in the changing area, I probably would have crawled into it and not come out for a very long time. So embarrassing. So, following the find, I obviously sheepishly apologised for wasting everyone's time. We went about trying to quietly leave the venue to go and just get a drink, because we just all needed one at this point. And as you can imagine, getting away wasn't as easy as we'd want it to be, because everyone wanted to know, had we found the watch? And at least the answer, I guess, gave them a laugh. Let's just say my lesson from this is I always now give my smartwatch to a friend to look after now, because I'm not repeating that cringe fest again in a hurry.
So I was taking my first big trip to MFF, and I won't lie, I was pretty nervous, even before this story even happened. On the first full day of the convention, I was, as you'd expect, super excited. I was such a bouncy bunny, and it was such good times at that point. We decided to head to the dealer's den after this, and there was nothing unusual here. After that we were getting some bits and pieces in the main section, and we then decided to head downstairs to the dedicated Not Safe for Work section. This is something I've never actually been to a con before, and boy was I not expecting the selection of items on offer. I mean, I'm a pure innocent rabbit like all those bunnies, to be honest. Hey, stop giggling. So after totally not picking up a few essentials or anything, we headed out and happened to bump into a few good friends of ours who were heading into the area just as we were leaving. Realizing we'd been chatting for a good 30 minutes or so, we picked up our belongings and gave them some big hugs and headed off. Now this is important to the story, as you'll find out in a minute. Taking everything back to our room, and after admiring our herd, we decided to suit up. Now, in suit, we both grabbed our con badges, but to my horror, the holder that we'd been given had somehow managed to crack, and the prize con badge that we'd all been given to wear at the convention spaces was missing. Now, to say I had a panic attack would be an understatement, having queued for 4 hours to collect it, and the reg queues apparently still lengthy even then. I was now worried I could not spend even more than of my con waiting for a new badge, and worse, what if they charged me or something? What if they didn't believe me that I lost it? I will admit at this point I was quite irrational, and no one wants to lose their badge after all. All fun off the table at this badge now being missing, we decided to hunt around for it. Unable to get hold of Reiter, who might have even seen it, we had to de-suit and then literally tore the room apart trying to find it. So there was no luck here at all, and we had to head out and began pacing our route back, looking on the floor to see whether or not there was anything there from the hotel to the convention center. MFF is a big place, as you probably can tell, and it took about half an hour or so for us to just get from one side to the other. Halfway through doing this, a random telegram message from a fur I'd never even heard of before gave me a message saying that I needed to head down to the staff area where they found my badge. I was so happy, but feeling a little bit of an idiot for trashing a hotel room, and manically hunting around the hotel space for an hour or so, I decided to head back to the staff area. And on getting there, I was greeted by a really friendly staff member who I won't lie helped a lot, who, after introducing myself, handed me back my badge. Now, honestly, losing my badge wouldn't have been the most embarrassing thing, though, but I was interested to know where I'd lost it, and so I made the major mistake of asking. He smiled and said, oh, well, we found it in front of the throw a knot at the fox stand in the not safe for work dealer's den. Oh boy, my face was so red. I figured I had fallen off when we bumped into our friends and given them such a big hug. So yes, lesson here is always check your comm badge holder isn't broken before going out, and don't leave your belongings in the not safe for work section at all. It can be really embarrassing.
Short story here for the end, and it's a lesson about remembering room numbers. So, Midwest Furfest takes place in quite a large hotel, and of many floors, and like else, most hotels, they all look the same. Now, on our trip here in 2018, I managed to score a room for one night only in the main hotel on the last night. So, on the last day, we had to very quickly transfer all of our stuff over from the Embassy Suites to the Hyatt, to new unfamiliar territory. Unpacking from our room, I received a phone call from front desk. I'd left my passport there, so I was like, okay, not a problem. I will head on right down while Fia and Reg finish unpacking. Navigating the lift system in this hotel was like a puzzle game. The hotel's layout feels a bit like a level from Cooler World. It's quite interesting. But yes, I went down, got my passport, and went back up to my room. The only problem I had was, is the room on the 3rd floor, or was it on the 4th floor? With so much going on around me, I had really forgotten what room I was in, and I had no way of remembering. I'd left my phone in the room, and that little keycard pouch, I don't know where I'd stuck that. With no choice but to take a gamble, a 50-50 chance, I guess, I thought I'd go for 4th floor, because floor 4 even, because it looked the most familiar. And so I went up to the room, let's just say it was 415, I can't remember the room number exactly, still. Stuck my keycard in the lock, and it doesn't work. Oh, okay, I guessed wrong. So let's just go down to floor 3 before anyone notices this embarrassing mistake. On floor 3, room 315, keycard still doesn't work. Okay, that's weird. Maybe the key has stopped working. This has happened a lot to me in the past, especially at Confuzzled. So, this time, though, I can hear voices coming from inside, and I will say one of the voices does sound a bit like Reiter. Great, okay, I'm at the right room. Thinking this for sure, I decided I'd give it a quick knock on the door. Now, for those of you who know Reiter well enough, he's obsessed with hoops, and you'll often hear him going, hoop, and hoop. So we often have a little bit of thing, at home especially, where we often go hoop to him to get his attention, that sort of thing. So I thought at this point, great idea, genius moment here, that I would go hoop when I knocked on the door. Real genius moment, best bit of my life. And so I knocked, and went hoop. And lo and behold, someone opens the door, and it's not Reiter, but some bewildered looking man in a towel, looking a little bit flustered, definitely like I'd probably interrupted him in the middle of something. I'll leave you to fill that blank in. He looks at me like I am insane. Awkward. Oh dear, wrong room. Let's just say I got out of there super fast and went back to the 4th floor. And would you believe it, the keycard still didn't work, but knocked on that door, and it was my own room. I was just so happy to be back. Oh my god, so embarrassing. And the worst thing, Reiter wasn't even in the room at that point, so there was no hooping he needed either. So yeah, lesson there is always remember your room, and maybe don't imitate a hoopo when knocking on the hotel room. That's some advice for you. Yeah. So there we go, those were some slightly embarrassing and cringy stories from myself and Theadore Rabbit's experiences at fur meets and fur cons. We've got quite a few more stories, so if you enjoyed this, let us know in the comments below, and we will do it again. What are your embarrassing stories? What do you want to share or not share? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, or consider supporting us on Patreon. There's a link in the description below. I'm Shadow Raccoon, and I'll see you next time. Bye everyone!